The rain fell like nails on the broken roof of the car.
Ow.
Mia pressed her forehead to the glass. "Engine's dead," Ethan muttered. A flicker of light appeared through the storm. A lantern, then a shape. A mansion rose from the shadows, its spires stabbing the night sky. Blackthorn Manor. They stepped inside. The doors slammed shut behind them. The storm outside went silent, unnaturally so. The foyer stretched endlessly, lined with portraits. Each face had its eyes scratched out. Claire whispered, "Why are all the eyes missing?" From the upper balcony, a whisper replied, "Because they saw too much." The group froze. No one was there. They explored. In the dining hall, rotten food still steamed as if freshly served. In the library, pages turned themselves, even with no wind. David pulled an old journal from the shelves. Its ink was smeared, as though written in blood. It spoke of a curse. The house feeds, the house replaces. Leave, before your shadow learns your name. Suddenly footsteps echoed above them. Too many. Dozens of heavy boots. Ethan shouted, "Who's up there?" The chandelier rattled violently. Dust rained down, then the lights blew out. It's total darkness. Mia lit her phone flashlight. That's when they saw it. Shadows crawling across the walls, moving on their own. One shadow broke free. It slid across the floor like liquid and wrapped around David's ankle. He screamed as black veins spread up his leg. The others pulled him free, but the shadow laughed. Not a human laugh. Something deeper. They ran. But every door brought them back to the same hallway. The house was alive. Finally, they reached the cellar. The air grew colder. Lined against the walls were mirrors, covered in sheets. David yanked one down. It didn't reflect them. It showed them, but older, rotting, pale. Their deaths. Reflections began to move on their own, pressing against the glass. Their mouths twisted into wicked grins. Claire screamed as her reflection raised a knife. The glass cracked. Ethan shouted, "They're not mirrors, they're doors." The reflections began to crawl out. Cold skeletal fingers pushed through. The mansion thundered. A massive shadow rose from the darkness. Tall, draped in black, its face a hollow void. The master of Blackthorn. He raised his hand, and the portraits on the walls screamed, their eyeless faces twisting. The shadows swarmed. Mia clutched David's arm. "We need to run." But David didn't move. His reflection had fully crawled out and was smiling. The shadow double whispered, "One by one, we'll take you. The house always wins." Mia's breath caught in her throat because behind her, her reflection was already smiling too. If this cursed mansion already has you hooked, you don't want to miss what comes next. Hit subscribe right now. The darkest part of the story is only beginning. The shadows pressed closer. David's reflection grinned as it whispered, "You're not leaving." Mia pulled Claire and Ethan back. The cellar mirrors trembled as dozens of pale, smiling doubles began to crawl free. Their movements were jerky, unnatural, like broken marionettes. Suddenly, the master's hollow voice filled the cellar. The house must feed. One soul for every shadow. Tonight, the balance must be kept. The lights shattered. The group sprinted up the cellar stairs. But when they burst into the main hall, the mansion had changed. Corridors twisted into endless mazes. Doors opened to brick walls. Windows looked out into nothing but black void. Claire gasped. The house isn't just haunted. It's alive. They split up, desperate to find an exit. That's when the betrayals began. Claire found herself in the gallery of portraits. Only now, the eyeless faces were bleeding. Their mouths opened and whispered her name. She ran but froze when she saw herself standing at the end of the hall. Her reflection smiled, then pulled out a blood-stained dagger. Claire screamed as her double lunged. Ethan stumbled into the ballroom. Music began to play. A broken, twisted waltz. Ghostly couples danced in circles, their flesh peeling, their eyes gone. One dancer turned, revealing Ethan's own face. He grabbed his hand and hissed, "Dance forever or die now." He ripped free, but his skin burned where the hand had touched. Meanwhile, Mia found the library again. The journal now lay open, its words glowing in red. The master was once a man who fed his family to the shadows and in return gained eternal power. She flipped the page. The only way to end the curse is to burn the heart of the house. Hidden in the chamber of mirrors, But as she read, her own reflection leaned out of the mirror beside her, whispering, "You'll never be fast enough. I'm already inside you." Mia's nose bled. Her reflection licked its lips. The three regrouped in the chapel at the heart of the manor. The stained glass windows glowed with an unnatural light. David was waiting. Only it wasn't David. His reflection had taken his place. His eyes were black voids. His smile stretched far too wide. "Can't fight shadows," he whispered. "You are shadows." The master loomed behind him. The chapel shook violently. Candles blew out one by one. The floor split open, revealing a pit of endless black. From it rose thousands of hands, clawing, grasping, screaming. Mia clutched the journal. The heart of the house, the chamber of mirrors. They smashed their way back to the cellar. The mirrors rattled violently as though sensing their plan. Each reflection screamed in unison. At the center stood a massive mirror, taller than the ceiling. Its surface bled like liquid. Behind the glass was the beating black heart of the mansion. The master shrieked, his hollow face splitting open. The shadows lunged. Mia grabbed a candelabra and thrust it into the glass. The mirror cracked, then shattered, exploding into shards. The heart burst into flames. The entire mansion screamed. Walls split, floors collapsed. Reflections melted into smoke. The master reached for them, his shadow claws almost touching Mia's face, and then he burned away in the fire. The group staggered outside into the cold night air. The mansion burned behind them, collapsing in on itself. They didn't speak. They didn't need to. They had survived, or so they thought. In the distance, on the shattered window of a car, Mia caught her reflection, smiled. And didn't stop. Blackthorn Manor may be gone, but the shadows remain. What would you do if your reflection wanted to replace you? Subscribe to Phantom Nights, because the next story is waiting for you in the dark.